Hey everyone! So today you'll be working on value and shading. You'll have a worksheet that you'll be filling in along with using some drawing pencils. So you'll see at your table you have a little pencil cup that has a whole bunch of different pencils in it. You'll need to find your 2H, HB, 2B, 4B, and your 6B pencils. Everybody should have one of each of these pencils. On your worksheet, you will notice that there is a lot more values on there that you could fill in. I have other pencils on order, so we'll eventually come back and we'll fill those in. So just go ahead and worry about the 5 that I've given you today. Okay, so first we are going to start with your 2H pencil. So you'll see at the bottom, these are different pencils than you have at school, but they're still at the bottom. It'll say 2H. And then find where it says 2H in your box, and you'll notice that there's a lightest and a darkest. So make sure that you are doing your values in the right side. So remember when you're doing your lightest that you're barely holding the pencil, it's almost floating in your hand. With your 2H pencil, this is a very hard lead, so it's going to be very light to begin with anyways. It'll take a lot more pressure to change the value to darker. So make sure that you're starting out light. You can always go back and you can make it darker, but you can never go back and you can make it lighter. Just always remember that. You should not be using erasers. There's no reason for them on this. Just always start light and then work to dark. All right, so take about a minute and work on this 2H value scale yourself, and then you can come back in a minute and you can see what mine looks like when it's complete. Okay, so you can see that my 2H is done now, going from darkest to lightest or lightest to darkest, whichever way you want to look at it. So now grab your HB pencil. So remember, this is as if you were using a regular number 2 pencil. Just like your regular everyday pencil, this will have the same type of lead. It's still a hard lead, but it's a little bit softer than that 2H pencil. So remember, make sure that you are starting out very, very light, barely holding the pencil, and then slowly begin to apply pressure as you move your way across the box. You'll notice that I've started on the lightest side for both of these, and I will continue that because you can always get darker, but you can never get lighter. Okay, so next up would be your 2B pencil. So this one you'll notice as soon as you start to use it that it is a lot softer than even the HB. So make sure you are really paying attention to how loosely you're holding the pencil so that it's very, very light. Because the next 3 pencils that you use can get very dark very fast because the lead is so soft, especially once you get to the 6B. So here you can see how I am starting this value scale. Again, I can't repeat it enough. Make sure you are going very, very light. You can see how I've changed the pressure now. It's getting a little bit darker. Just going back over an area so I can blend as I darken. You might notice that as you're using the B pencils, because they are so soft that your transitions sometimes aren't quite as smooth as you're used to them being. So you can always make sure that you go back and you're adding a little bit of value in places that maybe you had missed, just so that you can have a nice even flow of color, or of pencil, I should say. Alright, so now you can see how the 2B pencil looks complete. So next we're going to be moving on to the 4B pencil, followed by the 6B pencil. Same as you've done with all the other value scales. So you can just watch how I do mine, and then you can follow along with yours if you wish. Otherwise, these are your last two pencils that you'll need to be using for this worksheet. And again, like I said, we have more colors or more values coming and pencils, but these are definitely the ones that you'll need the most for your project that you'll be starting in the next couple of days. We also have what is considered a B pencil. So if you look at that value scale that's at the top of your page, you'll notice that between HB and 2B is just a B. That is a pencil that is a little bit softer than the HB, but not quite as soft as the 2B. So it kind of breaks up those two value scales, and you'd have a nice smooth transition between the three. Now we have those pencils available, and I will definitely get those out for you when I come back, but they're not on this worksheet, so I didn't want to have them out without you having the opportunity to be able to practice with them and learn with them. So we'll get those out when I come back, and you can play around with those, learn how to use them, make your own value scale on the back of your page, however you wish to do it. Alright, so by now you should be just about done with your 5 value scales using your drawing pencils. You should be able to tell the difference between how they shaded with each other. Um, and be ready to use them tomorrow, or if you're done early today, possibly, to do the reverse side of your page where you will notice that you also have forms. And then we will be creating values with forms just like we did when I taught you guys form a couple of weeks ago.